Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning. Man, we've had a great week on here. I hope you've enjoyed the shows as much as I have. Got some great feedback from all the things we've done this week, and we do appreciate it, and that was a very special song, and we'll talk more about that as time goes. But let's start with our weather now, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew up there in Southport, and we'll talk about them later on, too, about the toy drive they're doing. High today is going to be 72, low 58. We just had about 3 weeks of wonderful weather. We may get a little bit of change coming in next week is what the long-range forecast. Water temperatures are even 67 degrees at the end of the pier. And we're looking at the river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. On the outdoors with Mountain Dew. The Apalachicola Bluntstown, 5.6, and it's steady. And the Choctawhatchee Caryville, 4.2. Both rivers are steady as a direct result of the kind of weather we've had the last couple of weeks. There's not a lot of movement in as far as added water coming in from the feeder creek. So it's in great shape. I've seen some good pictures, and some of these good fishermen I know that just get word that, okay, they're biting, so they just go. And this past week, they've had some good catches on both river systems. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Looking at today on December the 3rd, we're having a good strong tide. Low tide is going to be this morning at 6:15. It's coming in all day until about 7:55, around 8 o'clock tonight. It's coming in. The wind's going to be coming just minimum a little bit out of west at about 6 to 7. So we're looking at a really strong possibility of some good outdoor activities. Let's take our break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to take this time to really just tell you how much we appreciate we're having 2 new advertisers coming on the show, and we're really proud of them. Monumental Fabrication out of Port St. Joe. They're doing a legacy lift right here, and folks, I have that lift right there. I'm going to brag about it later on, but that is an amazing machine right there, and I want to tell you the story how Gail and I got ours, but these are becoming really, really popular, and you'll see why as we talk about it as time goes on. Now, I also want to welcome out of Bluntstown, Panhandle Sand and Gravel, and their ads are starting running, and we appreciate the work they do. They deliver anywhere in the Panhandle. They've got some really good stuff, got some brand new dump trucks and all, so we're proud to have them help us bring the show to you each and every day, and we just appreciate them coming on the show and all. And so we want to move on. I've got some pictures. I was trying to, get organized and all. I wanted to get a kick out of some of the stuff we get brought in. Let me see. We'll start with this one right here. Larry Brown over there off the Choctawhatchee River sent me a little notice. Aiden Harrison, 6 years old. He started the season with a doe. So we got Aiden right here. There you go, Aiden Harrison. And we're really proud of you over the Thanksgiving holidays over the Choctawhatchee River. All right, now, Jack Simmons. How about a fine catch of shell crackers and hand painted? Thanks to Captain Jonathan, that's his son. They were caught right in the mouth. I'm thinking they're caught over in the river system. I'm not going to say really exactly where. Okay, I don't know if you can read it up top, but you can't quite read it. Let me see, I can't bring it down to you. But what it says, I found a plumber who works around the clock. How about that? All right. And the other day, yesterday, when I had Drew Pollard on, what a great show this morning. I cried about his dog. He's a great guy. And thank you, Tom, for sending that. I sent that to Drew Pollard and that little segment about him losing his dog, and that was tough. And speaking of Drew Pollard and Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, the Christmas party is a week from tomorrow. And if you want to bring any kind of new unwrapped toy to benefit the children at Waller Elementary, and here's some of the ideas you can bring, and they'll decorate it for us and all. Okay, moving along. On the music yesterday, I want to give full credit. Billy Sanford, he dedicated that to his family, and also his resonator guitar. And then Fred Butch Burns, who was a guitar and a vocal on that. And go to YouTube. I got a lot of comments on it. You go to YouTube and find it and send it to some folks and all around, or tell them to look it up. This Old Florida Sand. And it was just written and done just recently. And it might have been a debut performance on Panhandle Outdoors. I don't know, but I sure would like to see them do it in person also. Okay? Okay, Bo Rollins, we're down at Howard Creek. Bo Rollins is always putting funny stuff on our Facebook, and a lot of funny stuff I get from Bo Rollins. Bo and Miranda, their son is River Rollins. We've had his pictures on before. You know, when you buy a bag of salad and it gets all brown and soggy, cookies don't do that. So buy a bag of cookies. Thank you, Bo Rollins. Okay, I want to listen. The book story. I want to tell the book story. Before I get in this picture right here. You know, last year I was talking about the books and we're about to sell out, and we were selling out. And let me explain this to you. I think I have one time. We'll do it one more time. We kept the books in a closet upstairs, and it was actually in Chip's old bedroom. I still call it Chip's room and Wendy's room upstairs. And so in Chip's room we had a closet full of books, okay, and it kept running down, and we were running out. So we ran out right at the end of right at Christmas time. We ran out. About 3 months later, we were getting some spring cleaning done. I was upstairs and I looked under the bed, and folks, there were like 7 boxes of books. I said, "Oh my goodness, Gail!" I hollered for her. There are books under the bed, and we just didn't know we had them. So we still have a few more books left. This was not a sales gimmick last year to try to press you into buying them. So anyway, let me tell you, I took some to Apalachicola. This is Dale at a downtown bookstore. If you want a cool bookstore, you've got to go to Apalachicola. And Dale, she sells a lot of books down. So we got them in 3 places: in Apalachicola, at the bookstore there, in Port St. Joe, Blue Water Outriggers. They had run out. I'd taken them some. This is all during Thanksgiving break this past week. And then also C&G Sporting Goods has some. So those 3, Panama City, St. Joe, and Apalachicola, have some books. And we only have 6 boxes left, so anyway, but I apologize for that. We just thought we were running out and all. So anyway, we appreciate y'all being patient and understanding that with us. Talking about a good trip and all. How about, I want to show you a good trip here. John and Missy Gore, and they're taking their kids. We're talking about doing things with the family. That's Missy and John, the family. They're my neighbors up there. Also run Williams Gun and Pawn. This is Greg Williams' daughter, Missy, and her husband, John, been with the fire department a long time. And anyway, I'm going to show you some quick pictures. They were up in South Georgia, little family outing. Look at this quail hunt. Now, is that not a great picture? That actually shows hitting the quail and knocking the feathers out. But anyway, they just look at the dogs working. Again, this is one of these fine South Georgia plantations. The dogs working, and they had a great trip. All the boys got to shoot their limit. And is that quail country or what? Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to share that with John and Missy Gore and their family. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us. Hope you're planning some good, fun outdoor activities for this weekend. And so y'all are so good about sending me emails and messages and all. I've got it. This is a good email here, and this is coming from the Thanksgiving holidays and all. I got an email a couple days ago. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. This is Kenny Brown from Sneeds. Please mention to the viewers that it's better to dump the deer carcasses on the ground than in the water. Every year I see them around the bridges while duck hunting or scouting. It takes a long time for them to be eaten. Gators don't eat when the water's cold. Lots of critters would get a good meal if left in the woods. Love your show. Thanks, Kenny Brown. Thank you, Kenny Brown, for sending that. And that is so true, folks. So we have a situation where you would think, just common sense, they just throw it in the water and let the fish and all, the gators eat it, but really that's not the way to do it. The deer carcasses are actually taken when the situation when the coyotes will eat them. We don't want coyotes, but anyway, a lot of animals and all eat them on land, and it sort of messes up the water. So Kenny Brown, thanks for reminding folks of that, and you're so right about about doing that. And like I said, in the early years, we did a time or two, then we got thinking, wait a minute, he's going to just sit here. And of course, the creeks are not that big either way. So anyway, don't throw them in the water and pass the word along. And most of y'all the outdoorsmen know better. Okay, now, we oftentimes talk about leaving legacies or having a legacy or living legacy and all, being a reflection of kind of life you live and all. And we were talking about last year, we lost a good friend of ours, Chris Guris, and he was triple tail fished, and we went with him, had a great show. I've known him a very long time and knew his family well, and still know his family. But when Sunjammers had the Elizabeth Bottoff tournament, I ran into this young man right here. I've got a series of pictures. I'm going to talk about Chris Guris, and this is the guy that we met. He actually came up and fished the tournament. Came down from Wetumpka, Alabama, and he was just his name was Adam McClellan, and he learned, bottom line, he learned how to triple tail fish from watching a show with Chris Guris. And this is a show that he watched when I went fishing with Chris. That was June the 18th in 2019. And we just had a wonderful trip, and Chris and I just had the best time. Little did I know at that time that would be the last trip I was going to take with him. Well, during Thanksgiving holidays, Gail and I run down to Apalachicola. I love going by the boat ramp. When I go to a town like Apalachicola, I said, let's run down by the boat ramp. And I saw this guy, he looked like an outdoorsman, right? And we started talking, and he runs this, I saw a duck boat, and he has two sons, and they were out duck hunting, and he was waiting for them to come back in, so I said, I'll wait with you. So anyway, the guy's name is Captain Chris Williamson Outfitters, and look at what he does: triple tail fishing and duck hunting. He has a lodge in East Point Lodge. We've been talking about East Point a lot this week. And Chris, I started talking to Chris about, and at the time I didn't know he was triple tail fishing. I started talking to him, and I said, how'd you learn how to triple tail fish? He said, I said, you ever heard of Chris Guris? He said, that's how I learned to triple tail fish. With Chris Guris, and he taught me everything he knew about it. And I thought to myself, this is a legacy. Think about the guy from Wetumpka, Alabama. Here's a guy from East Point doing a business on it with his sons. And I thought to myself, wow, that is cool. And so I sent Chris's son, Chris Jr., the information and told him about it, also the guy in Wetumpka. And Chris he lives in Mississippi now. And you can imagine hearing good news like that about your dad. Even as it passed on, his legacy still lives on. And so I got a picture. Here's his son, Chris Jr. This is 3 generations. This is one of the last trips that Chris took with his dad. This is Chris Jr. on the left, and Chris the third in the center. And Chris had posted it, one of his last posts. He said, everybody caught fish today. Bag limit was 15 triple tail. All fish released except one. And that's a legacy, folks, right there. A great day spent with my boys. So I want to tell you, I put, here it is right here. There's one more picture. That's my man, Chris Guris, and a lot of y'all knew him, and he loved to fish and loved to share his fishing knowledge. So I wanted to, to end the week, we had this video yesterday with a lot of good stuff, and I wanted to end the week show talking about legacy and what outdoor people can do, especially if you've made of the caliber of a Chris Guris, and you pass it on down, and you see how it helped people and how they learn and how they use it to share it and actually make a business off of it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I know Chris Jr., we call him Boo, he'll be watching the show on YouTube up there in Mississippi. He'll have his son watching and all, and his brothers and his sisters will be watching. So I'm just glad to share that with you, and I think y'all appreciate things like this. When I get a lot of feedback when I want to do something, of this caliber, and I just wanted to share it with you. Okay, so we've got to move on, but I just have and I want to end this segment with this. Never take for granted that fishing trip or the hunting trip with your friends and all. You never know when it may be your last one, so enjoy it to the fullest each and every time you go. Okay, let's do a giveaway. All right. We wanted to, we're going to do Los Angeles and some sad news, it's not sad because both people are happy. Matt and Minta are selling Los Angeles. It's going to be sold, but they're still going to honor our gift certificates for today and next week. So we're going to do Los Angeles, and they're staying in the same location and all that, and people are going to do a lot of the same things. But anyways, winner, $25 gift certificate, Adam McClellan. And the second winner, $25, is going to be from Lynn Haven, John Ray. All right, John. See, y'all need to get down there to eat there in December, before it changes hands. Now, at Tarpon Dock yesterday, a boat was coming in today after the boat's named the captain's table, and they radioed in. They'd had a big catch of stuff. So it actually came in yesterday afternoon. Okay, $25 gift certificate. Randy McElreath, Panama City Beach, and a big red snapper. It's going to be good for this time of year. The big red snapper is going to Chris Miller from Lynn Haven. All right, some two Lynn Haven folks, Panama City Beach and Adam McClellan. Okay, let's take our final break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, and welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast. We've got some good information this week and from different people, and sometimes I get tickled. I'll get the opposite from some of the same kind of people that are fishing for the same kind of fish, and it's really, it's just the timing on a lot of these is different. The one thing I wrote down on this one, because as the weather starts cooling down, the water temperature starts cooling down, the mullet run has been fairly strong. It's been some good catches and all with cast nets. But the speckled trout is what I want to talk about. The speckled trout now, what they'll start doing, they're going to start, I wrote down one word, canals. And it just hit me last night to talk about canals, because they're going to start, going up in the areas where they can get warm. And over the years, for a long time, you hear these stories about catching them in different places. I'm going to start on the western end of Choctawhatchee Bay, and one of the places they're going to go, this is Basin Bayou right here, over by Freeport. Over by Freeport. In fact, I'm gonna zoom in. That's Nick's restaurant right there, and we love eating there. We get a chance to go there, but they're gonna go in some warm bodies of water. But the canals, and so when you get into canals, you want to go around dock fishing. So fishing at the docks and all these places up in here. LaGrange Bayou over there. That's gonna be some good trout caught this winter in LaGrange Bayou, all in that area there. Okay, so that Freeport area is really strong. And then, of course, when we're talking about canals, I'm just going to skip some of the other places I normally talk about and I want to get into Panama City and talk about canals here. Okay, if you get over here at Pretty Bayou, see all these canals, these fish, these some good places here. See, okay, the fish are going to go right here from left to right and get up in these canals, and they're going to be see the boat ramp there, coming out boat ramp, then up in here. And what's fascinating, look back, look at all the canals that have been dug, man-made canals that have been dug. It's amazing. I don't think you can do that now, but they're just like cut through. That's the Pretty Bayou area and all, but I wanted to just, and then of course now the other places, St. Joe, they don't have any canals dug, and Apalachicola and those places won't have canals dug, but I just want to, I don't want you to overlook the canals when you're speckled trout fishing this winter, okay? And okay, on calm days, okay. Another thing too, the redfish, and I saw one of the captains posting yesterday that you start thinking about, we've had this really pretty weather. It's been very calm, and a lot of times we get the idea you want to just fly fish during the summertime and springtime. Folks, you can fly fish in winter, and I had one of the captains post a picture of a nice redfish they'd caught in 1.5 foot water, sight fishing for redfish on a hand-tied fly in December. Now that speaks volumes, because a lot of times we just don't do those kind of things because mentally we just think about the springtime and flies falling and mayflies and all that. But the sight fish for redfish in November, December is something special. They're out there, the water, one of the big things now, the water is really clear now, and you can see so well for the redfish. So, and then I had two captains told me that, or two different people knew how to fish. It had been a really good week on redfish. One guy told me it's been a slow week on redfish. That's what I was talking about. But anyway, you don't know till you go. Also near shore, the grouper and the mahi bite's been good. Saw some mahi caught, and the grouper bite's been really good. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about freshwater a minute now. The freshwater situation has been really strong. You've seen some pictures. Jonathan Simmons and his dad, Jack Simmons, will caught some nice fish. And I don't know exactly where it is, but I got a feel. I know it's on that place called the river system, and Choctaws have been good. The freshwater fishing has been really, really good, and the brim fishing has been really good. Again, take advantage of this weather. The water temperature is cooling down, but the air temperature has been really nice, and in the afternoon especially. I know there's been some catch up at Deer Point Lake. Okay, so let's jump back to saltwater real quick. Again, we talk about this time of year, how things are happening. Winter fishing is going to be really good around the surf area. If you can get to St. Andrews State Park or St. George Island State Park, the whiting bite should really be picking up. Whiting is, we talked about before, is just delicious to eat, and I honestly like a whiting better than a pompano. They're really good. They're not as big and all, but you can catch them, especially during Christmas vacation is always a good time to go. So anyway, that's going to start wrapping our report. They're out there, folks. They're not tearing them up, but they've been really steady. Some captains are still making some good trips. People are coming in, and people coming in, I want to hook up with a captain, so they call so-and-so and go fishing and catching fish. We're going to wrap it up for the week. It's been a special week. I really enjoyed doing this week's show for you, and it's sort of been a little bit on the special side to me, all the things we've been able to do. So we appreciate the feedback y'all giving us. So y'all have a great weekend. Do some outdoor stuff and enjoy the outdoors, share the outdoors, and to see what your legacy is and give to the fellow man. Okay? Y'all have a great weekend, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.